because I was at another program and I felt like it wasn't addressing the issues I felt I wanted to address, things like race, socioeconomic issues, the things that would be issues in the classroom that would keep me from being a successful teacher. What are the battles I'm going to have to fight when I walk in? And
its reputation was of a rigorous, terrifying program.
Once I found Evergreen, I just knew that this was the place for me. Partly because, actually mostly because of their focus on anti-bias teaching and really digging into social justice issues. And I just felt like, for me to go into a public school, I needed to have a perspective of the entire society and what kind of society we're dealing with right now. And I think public school is such a microcosm of that bigger society, and to go into it without having thought about all those issues, to me seems almost really irresponsible.
I had several friends who went to Evergreen for undergrad, so I was familiar with the undergrad programs and how interdisciplinary they are before I moved to Olympia. And when I came here, I started hearing really good things about the Master in Teaching program, and I just realized it was the best fit for me.
I picked Evergreen's MIT program because I was getting a more well-rounded education. It was for a longer period of time, and I'd have more time to develop professional skills. And there was also a huge emphasis on training in special ed and also meeting the diverse needs of different students.
When I began my initial work looking at teacher preparatory programs or teacher programs, I looked at Western. I was interested in Western. I knew of Evergreen. I came from Evergreen with the undergrad degree. I was looking at University of Washington and Central Washington, and I ended up applying for Western and Evergreen. And looking at both, Evergreen, Western was just the CERT program, and looking at the master's program, what drew me in was the sense that I know when I completed the program that I would be just not a teacher, but an informed teacher, a teacher researcher, a teacher who will be able to go in any situation, assess what the students need, and be able to respond to their needs. And I felt that that I could be the theoretical teacher also, someone who is continuously trying to improve their game.
I feel that Evergreen's teaching program had a return for my money in a million different ways. I couldn't even explain how many ways. It's the best money that I've ever spent.
I think that I'm always learning, and so it's impossible to say that I got everything I need to know here. Of course I didn't, but I was given the foundation of a lifetime. I mean, that's so cheesy to say, but I know that when I walk into my classroom, I feel prepared for just about anything.
I give myself thanks. I'm a very thankful person in terms of looking at it. I look at this as, goodness, I got a good deal. I won.
Well, the reflection piece is huge. I don't remember in the other program that I was in reflection even being mentioned. And I have, this is my 7th year, I'm on my 7th journal where I force myself to sit down every day and write down how things went, what worked, what didn't.
But I look at the value that impacts my students. I look at the value of how I still have not reached my potential as a teacher, that I know I can push it. I know I can expand. I know I could do amazing things with the children in the classroom.
I think teaching is the hardest job that there is. I really do. Not that I've done all of them, but I really feel like it's a really challenging thing, but it's also super rewarding in terms of what you get back from yourself.
My particular population of kids that I work with at Nisqually Middle School is not the poorest, not the richest, but we're as diverse as anywhere in terms of what we have. One of our main issues that we face, we're mostly military kids, and we talked a lot about how what's happening in the real world affects kids in schools, and in the program we talked about that stuff, and I have to deal with that on a regular basis with kids who both parents are being deployed on Sunday, and they let me know on Friday.
my students throw stuff at me every day that I, you know, you can never imagine it, that they're gonna say with things that come out of their mouth, and the situations that they find themselves in. And my class is so diverse. I teach in a very high poverty school. It's about 75% students of color, and every day is a challenge, and I'm prepared.
You future teachers out there, you know, that's really important is teacher expression, teacher voice, teacher presence. I found that that with this, I've become a risk taker. In developing your voice with the kids, in developing what you have to do with the kids, you have to risk take. You have, you know, you have to break out of your mold and do not get stuck in your ways.
And just the whole program, they were very adamant about building our teaching philosophies. After, this is my 3rd year of teaching, my teaching philosophy can now be boiled down to one sentence. It's always something.
Just one of the things I really appreciate about the program is this opportunity, is giving back. I love it when Lauren emails me and says, someday I got a place in the classroom, or can you come talk or answer questions? And I'm just glad that they give us that opportunity.